Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the top 7 most memorable Dark Souls 2 bosses of all time, as told from the perspective of Sir Soyi. Number 7, Scorpioness Najka. You gotta remember right off the bat, the memory of a young squirrel. This is anything but a squirrel with Scorpion, but there's the little brother moment. Anytime, whether you watch this on Twitch or YouTube or even just playing by yourself, there is the little brother moment. You're gonna see a lot of Craigasm spammed in chat. You know, it's hard to not be distracted by just the tentacles that are around. But I don't, you know, Dark Souls 2 is the only one we've beaten twice in a span of 5 years, but I barely remember any of this fight. I just remember the chat reaction both times during this moment. But you know, with the double poisonous, and she's got the shepherd's crook, I don't remember her being super difficult. You know, but she's top 7 based on chat alone. Number 6, ladies and gentlemen, the Pursuer. This is I gotta think, in terms of my Dark Souls memories, this to me reminds me of the first boss fight we've ever really fought, because we started with Dark Souls 2 and the Pursuer's just got a lot of sauce to him, and you know, just chunky. The flotation device, the aluminum shield, the over-the-top lightning blue cloud sword. You know, and honestly, you know, he's got not through Demon Souls, but he's got some Demon Souls #1 boss vibes. And maybe it's a miniature version, but the Pursuer, I also believe you get an early crack at him in Dark Souls 2. But I just remember there was a good feeling of proposition. And number 5, ladies and gentlemen, Mytha, the Baneful Queen. There were this was probably the first troll boss that I ever ran into in the Miyazaki trilogy. The first time I actually beat Mytha, we didn't go through the old rigmarole and turning off the I think we did it twice without turning off the windmill to get the poison out of there. I remember the first time this one took forever because we were popping life gems. But in terms of the cosmetic Pogacicity, I guess I never really noticed. She had a decapitated head. But this was the first, to me, that was the first troll boss in my experience. After, next most memorable, Trip Sentinels. This is, they're thin, they're thick, they're quick, they're nasty, they're multiplicity, and you gotta respect the gold. You know, you got Alessandra, Rice, and Yahim. I don't know who's who. I'm sure there's some story behind it, but I remember this is when you fight these guys, you're like juggling a 3-ring circus, and they all bring a little sauce to the table. You just never know who you're gonna take out first. We got the mini Gav, Lil Gav. What are we wearing? We're wearing a beret. This must be early on. I don't remember. You know what? I do remember this box room with the miniature levels. I can say that to an nth degree. Next up, it gets a little bit more spicy. There's definitely a big time tier list difference here. You know, when you go from blue smelty. Yeah, it's just like, this is, we're playing in the amateurs. You fight blue smelty, it's a different level. He's thick, he's nasty. I just remember, look at the length of that sword. There's nothing about that resembles a fair and balanced fight. This one was a hard one because I remember it was a tough jaunt to even get there. Never forget, ladies and gentlemen, blue smelty. One of the best of Dark Souls 2, most memorable. When you think of Dark Souls 2, you think of blue smelty. Right off the rip. And I like the blue cavern too. Next most memorable, ladies and gentlemen. The last most memorable. Fume Knight. We did this without chunking the wedges in the side from what I remember. This one, I believe this, outside of Manus, this was a huge hurdle. Because just the fumicity. He's got the length of the sword, the potential. Man, I forgot how fast he was too. Fast, he's thick, he's quick, he's nasty. He's got the peppered leggings. Oh, nice eats there. Finish him. Why didn't we finish him there? I don't remember. That's where the resin was. You get hit by the long arm of the law, anything could happen. Look at that. That was, I don't know why that was a hard. I remember that was extremely hard to dodge. Oh, that was a toughie. That's probably maybe the toughest fight of the game. I think potentially. However, when you go back an old jaunt, you go down an old jaunt down memory lane, the one of the most, if not the most 1AA memorable. Ornstein with the second appearance. I don't understand the lore why they don't just call him Orny, because maybe it's, I'm sure there's some reasoning, but maybe because we killed Ornstein. I don't know. To me, I remember seeing this, and especially coming off of Dark Souls 1, and it's just not the same kind of gold, but I appreciate the nod of the cap. Even though, you know, the rap on Dark Souls 2 is that it's not Miyazaki. There's Miyazaki all throughout it, you know. So maybe he wasn't driving the steering wheel, maybe he was not creative executor, but this, to me, quintessential Miyazaki. I remember this fight not being that difficult though. This must have been an easy playthrough, because we don't look very taxed right now. Also, we're a little banged up here too. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed the top Dark Souls 2 bosses. It was a nice little trip down memory lane. I feel like in this video, there's going to be a lot of sauce in the comments. Oh, you left this one out. A Dark Souls 2 isn't really a Dark Souls. It's part of the trilogy, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Well, you know, we'll keep bringing them down the pipeline, but most importantly, what are your top 7 most memorable Dark Souls 2 bosses? Leave them in the comments below, and we're gonna be pogging up. There's gonna be some discussion going on in the comments below. We're gonna have a defense criticism in a positive way down below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Join us live for the Dan Gheesling Show at twitch.tv/Dan Gheesling, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for clean, positive gaming entertainment. It's free to watch, so come and hang out while we play games like Escape from Tarkov, Mario Maker 2, and Dark Souls. I'll see you there Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.